this was the book. Every single page had something I could identify with. What up, everybody? It's your girl, Sherry's Joy, and welcome to another episode of BookMarked. I read books, you read books, maybe you don't, maybe you do. This is the awesome place. So this week I have actually read I Found My Voice by Mr. Crawford Jr. right here. I actually got this book at the Black Books Matter Festival from Mr. Crawford himself. I did do a post about that, so check that out in my previous video. This book, I discovered I was at another vendor and then I saw Mr. Crawford and he had his table out with his book. So I was like, what's this about? And actually, as I mentioned before, I like to talk to people. So I was talking to all of the authors that were there, all the independent authors that were there, because that's who was there. And I just enjoyed myself. So I had a conversation about Mr. Crawford and I asked him, what's your book about? And he actually wrote like a memoir. It is a short story, or a short memoir, but it's very powerful. What do they say? Big, good things come in small packages? Yes, for sure. Okay, so he wrote his memoir about his life and his struggle with his identity. So it's not my story to tell. So I will talk about a couple of things in this book that actually stuck with me. And I am going to kind of go over my feelings and thoughts about how I felt about reading it. And I've got to say, I read it in a day, because it is short and I couldn't put it down. I could not put it down. So it is 56 pages. It probably took me overall from beginning to end without interruption, maybe about 2 hours to read. And it was so powerful and so moving and inspiring. And they were just, man. Okay, so we start off, we learned a little bit about Mr. Crawford and his upbringing. And when I say that I have never read a book where every page I turn, I can identify with something on that page, this was it. This was the book. Every single page had something I could identify with. Now, the identity or the subject was a little bit different. And in a lot of the things, meaning, I don't want to do any spoils. So just meaning just trust me, just trust me. Okay. So, he was raised by his aunt. I was raised by my aunt, which so happens to be his grandmother's sister, which is the same for me. And we're from the not the same area, but he was from one area and then moved to a different area, completely apart. And that was me. There were some struggles with, I don't know, I guess I could say being made fun of. I had that my entire life. Now, my struggle was a little bit different. I was, overweight. I've been overweight my whole entire life. I have accepted that, in my life now, and I'm doing things. I have been doing things to make my life better, how to, do better things and live healthier and longer. And I love that. And, Mr. Crawford, he has found himself and he has found not himself, but his voice. And so that right there is healthy alone. And I just need to find my voice. I'm right there. So let me explain. Okay. Let me just, I've got to explain this. So, before I do, I have this wonderful note, right? I have all my notes and this is coming from my book journal, my book journal that I also purchased at the Black Books Matter Festival from Elevated Lifestyles. So shout out to you. I absolutely love this. So thank you so much. So I've got all my notes in here and I just customized everything how I wanted to with stickers and whatnot. So the first thing I'm going to say is that there are a couple of quotes that I absolutely loved. And one of them is, I wear what makes me feel good. Now, I never started to think that way until most recently. My aunt, I love you, Auntie Joyce, she and I had a conversation and she commended me on my outfits and my colors and everything. And she literally said, you have to wear what makes you feel good, because if you're not wearing something that makes you feel good, why wear it? And who cares what other people think? It's all about you and how you feel. And when I say that, I'm getting chills like right now explaining this, because Mr. Crawford said that. He said that as a direct quote from this book later towards the end when he, found his voice. And I love it. Why care what other people think about what you're wearing? They're not wearing it, right? You're wearing it. So in my opinion, for me, in my opinion only, if it is, covering everything it needs to cover, if it's the colors I want, if it's whatever, and I feel respectable and I feel good in it, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it. So thank you, Auntie Joyce. You helped me with that. I truly appreciate it, among other people. My wonderful, wonderful blessings to you, as always, mother-in-law, and my husband and my whole family. They really have been encouraging me, and I see it and I love it. And this book was so inspiring. So that is one quote that I absolutely love, that I was like, yes! For another quote is, I have to, because I write small in this book. So he had hair, a lot of hair. And he said at one point, I was cutting away all the dead things that had been holding me down. So he cut his hair, went bald, and to me, it was like a metaphor, starting over, or, like you said, cutting away the dead things that made me feel bad. I did something similar. I had hair, it was to my shoulders, curly long hair it's not long, but it was to my shoulders. And I was upset with myself one day. Now I will say again, I did go through alcoholism, 2 years sober, but I did suffer through alcoholism for a long time. I struggled with that for 10 years. And I did cut my hair. I cut it off, right, myself, because it made me feel, I was angry at myself, and it made me feel terrible, and I didn't like it. And also I was drunk. So I cut my hair and I botched it. So I did need to get it fixed. And I went to my awesome hairstylist that I have been going to ever since. I think we're going on maybe 4 or 5 years now. So The Real Kia Styles, I love you. Shout out. I sat in her chair and she told me what she wanted to do, and she did it. And then the next time I went to see her, I was like, you know what? Let's cut it all off. Let's just start fresh. Let's cut it all off. And she did that, and it was like a weight, just stressors, everything gone. I loved it. I felt alive. I felt reborn. I felt good about just having like no hair. It felt great. Now I didn't go bald, but I went like really low, like very, very, like I had a fade in the back. Okay. That kind of low, and it looked really good. And so that I can, different reasons, different things, but still it was something similar, that was an eye opener that happened. And, talks about wearing makeup and wearing heels and wearing nails. Now, I don't do nails. I did, back in the day, and I've never been able to wear heels. I have no coordination, like whatsoever. I'm very clumsy. I mean, I was always like twisting my ankle as a kid, so I can't wear heels, like for sure. And so, but just like the makeup, right? So that came with it too. So most recently, my daughter, my youngest, she was like, Mom, you've got to get away from like this brand that you use like all the time. It's for old people. I was like, I am old, okay? But she was like, you should really try, this. Like, so she took me to the store. I haven't been getting my makeup from the store. So she took me to the store and she helped me discover like different colors and different things. And my other daughter, my oldest, she's an artist and she puts colors together, and she helped me put some colors together. And, and then I put the colors with my outfits, and I get my hair dressed and my big earrings that I wear. And I love it. I love my style. I love my look. I will not go back to the old people makeup because I feel good in colors. I feel good in this makeup that I am wearing now. I look at myself when I'm getting ready or when I've gotten ready, and I'm like, yes, I look great. I've never felt like that before in my life. It's most recent. I have never been that confident in myself ever. And I am finding myself, and reading this book has been, I keep saying it, so inspiring. And after I read it, I felt like I was in church. I was like, yes, right? I felt like just shouting. And then I was like, I'm starting today. I am starting. My motivation starts now. I am going to change this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And what did I do? I did it. So I started journaling. I started, my daily devotions again. I started meditating. I started stretching and doing mindful things and to help myself mentally. And I'm already on the healthy side. I'm already doing things for my health, but it's not all about nutrition, right? It's also about mindfulness and spiritualness. And to me, and Mr. Crawford, you did that for me. Like, reading this helped me motivate myself to do better and to just do it. And I want to thank you. And I wanted to give him a hug after I read this book to thank him. But then I remembered I've already given him a hug. I was able to hug him at the Black Books Matters Festival. And I thought about that, and it was great. I am so thankful. I highly recommend this book. I obviously give it a 5, and I highly recommend it. Check it out. Support your independent authors. Support your local bookstores. Support your local library. Just do it. If you can, just do it. And if you do need help, and he gives this number as well, but if you do need help with depression or anxiety or any mental health or anything, if you need help, any kind of help, 1-800-622-HELP, HELP. Again, 1-800-622-HELP is a number that is 24/7 that you can call. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And thank you for your comments and your support and just spreading the love. If you know anyone that can benefit from this video or that would like this video, or if you please just spread the word, share the link, let people know. I appreciate you. Again, I am Sherry's Joy. I read books. I love coffee. Oh, real quick. My oldest, she designed this for me. She's the best. She's the artist. So I love coffee. I love books. I love journaling. I love everything. I love myself. You can find me here on YouTube at BookMarked SJ. You can find me on Instagram at BookMarked SJ. I'm on Blue Sky as Sherry's Joy. I am, of course, part of the DigiKast, and you can find the DigiKast on Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify at the DigiKast. And you can also find the DigiKast on YouTube at the DigiKast 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Have you read this book? Have you felt this way about any book that you have read? I want to know. Leave me something in the comments. Give me a shout out. Let me know what book inspired you and motivated you to make that change right now. Love the world.